And we're back. Apparently every single time he says, "Back so soon, I knew you would not falter."
It has become even more difficult from here.
I am aware of the fact that I could probably make my playthroughs more successful if I just sort of, backed off and made the deck easier, filled it with more nice, helpful, friendly cards. But I'm not particularly bothered by that. I know that I'm kind of near the end. This screen makes it pretty clear. So I'm pretty okay with just having failed attempts that lead to more card progression. Because I have two parallel goals of finishing the deck and finishing the game. And I kind of like the idea of finishing the game after and finishing the deck first. Because it's like, it's like doing all the side quests in a game before you finish the main story, that kind of thing. Going back after you finish a thing to do other side stuff always feels strange. But obviously there are negative effects of that approach.
Ultimately destructive.
My encounters are below normal because I finished when I got removed. Maze of traps. If I get it out of the way, it'll go away, and I can just get rid of it forever. I just don't like the adventure game mode levels. What do you want to call them? The traps. All the combat scenarios, I'm cool with that stuff. I just don't like the traps. The walk around in a weird environment and do stuff thing feels weird. Graveyard's been resolved. I think that's enough for now. Probably, yeah. Is there anything major I've unlocked that I want to shuffle into the deck? Is that too far to go? No, these are all really generic. Occult Reflection. I don't think I know what that is, do I? Yep, let's find out. Don't think I care about those items. Mask of Extortion. Yeah, I don't know what either of those items do. So I'll throw them down. Disciples Ring. It's new. Plunderer's Ring. It's new. Ring of Enlightenment. It's new. Spiritual Healing. It's new. Well, there's going to be benefits for collecting rings in this particular attempt. Hopefully I get that Lover's Ring again. Let's see. Oh yeah, using a weapon ability fully heals you but destroys the ring. Obviously could be useful in some contexts. Like when you're about to die. 10th. I don't like this one at all. I don't like Bashing Ring at all. I don't want to bash somebody in the face 10 times. Arrow Cutter. Yeah. The deflection blocker. I need to remove 6 cards. Let's go over some of the boring things. What's a weapon I never want to use, for example? What's Berserker Armor? Okay, every hit you sustain increases your speed and weapon strength. I'm sure I don't like building strategies that are centered around the idea of taking hits. I'm always counter to that idea. I never wear those rings in Dark Souls that make you more powerful when you're more injured and stuff like that. I can recognize some of their benefit, but I don't like to plan around that. Meanwhile, you are probably one of my weaker weapons now? The hammer does more damage. Yeah, it's a low health benefit thing. It was good earlier in the game, because it would help me... it would help me out because I didn't really have other weapons in the deck, so it was really helpful to have shuffled in there. But I'm getting better stuff now. Yeah, I do not want one Mortal Whimsy. That's too much gamble for me. I want to know what my weapon does, one way or another. This weakens enemies. You can strike them for bonus damage, but it removes the curse. It's kind of a cool idea. A little too technical. I'm not really into that idea necessarily. Does fire damage against them. Yeah, I think all these weapons here. Fortitude's Breath. This is the variation of. It just makes you. It just makes you use less food, so it's better than normal shield. So it's worth keeping in there. Decent number of things. These things are kind of new. Fool's Gold. Do I care about you? You're the bandit one. Let's get rid of that one. Now we're almost back to the normal number of cards. What does Warcry do again? Be able to perform your most damaging attacks without building a combo. That's something I don't think I would use. Look at all these rings. Probably too many rings. Let's find out. Let's see if I can collect a whole bunch of them. That'd be fun. Perhaps. Good thing about rings is that they stack. Unlike equipment, which you have to keep replacing and stuff. Test of pride. Maybe just once I'll encounter those damn lions when I'm already ready.
Your memory's tattered and torn.
Plunderer's Ring.
Into mere cards for us to play with.
With every gain card, the player receives 1 gold and 2 health. Oh, neat. Just every time a gain card happens, I get more gain. Down first? It's a jeweler. I don't have money, really. Well, I have a little money. Doesn't hurt to look. Maybe they got a crappy, cheap ring that I can buy. Otherwise, I don't know if I'd take the return trip and use up all my food to come back. Disciple, Survival, Poverty, and Enlightenment. If the player sells this ring, they receive 50 gold for each blessing they possess, and all blessings are lost. Ooh! Ooh! I was gonna say, that's a lot of gold. That's pretty neat. Oh, you lose all your blessings. I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe, if the blessings really suck, I suppose, but damn. I can afford Survival. Every third combat, I get 20 health. It's not a terrible idea. Let's grab it.
Interesting choice.
Get that for the beginning of the game, and now for the entire campaign I'll be gaining health every few fights. That's probably worth it. And now I've got 2 rings, so right before we even have done anything else. Very tempting just to cash everything out on food, so I think I just will. It's bad if we encounter Lone Guy, but otherwise, a quick stock of food at the beginning of the campaign means I can have less issues later, if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky. That operative word. The lovers. Time for more rings. Demand payment. Give me your rings. Whenever the player receives healing, they also get +1 gold. Player receives 5% less damage per blessing and 5% more damage per curse. Ooh, okay. So right now I'm going to receive 5% more damage for my 1 curse. Better stock up on blessings. Because that could be really powerful if I can get away with the right effects. Oh man.
A choice.
It's not
Select
this one.
desire.
Or that one, though. I knew it wasn't the one to the second. So we're going to get 1 monster card. Ah, 2 of dust, that's fine. Adorable, even. After all, I need to stock up on hit points, so it works for me. Howdy, folks. There we go. I was getting stuck in a loop where I couldn't counter people. Because they kept raising their counter right when I was in the middle of an attack. And I was already in the process of hitting it, but then I would reflexively try to counter. I gotta break that pattern. Hit points are mine! This lion is here to mess you up. So I wonder what the condition is for the lion quest. You need to be a certain power level in order to proceed. My first guess would be I need to have 100 hit points, perhaps? But it's kind of a hidden condition that we only can know via the wiki, if we have one. Jesus, I have 5 rings already. Alright. Because I started off with Hindsight and then looted Plunderers immediately, and bought Survival, and then just got Disciple and Healer. So that's a lot of effects. Almost too many to actually keep track of with my brain. But that's fine. The important thing is I don't have to keep track of them. Only one of them does a bad thing. The one that's... Can't you just wait for the last floor? You're being a dick about this, White Council. They keep showing up on the first floor when I have 0 abilities or skills or anything. Alright.
Challenge for you.
I'm gonna give them...
Token if you succeed.
They draw 2 monster cards.
It would be beneficial to deal with.
I'm going to give them half my gold, which is 3. There we go. Yep, I'm gonna pass the White Council this time. I've learned plenty of times that my chance of success is kind of low if I fight them this early. As much as I want to just throw myself at every possible thing that can unlock future events, it's just the stakes are not the stakes, but the enemy is just stacked too high for that encounter. I can't deal with that with a brand new character, especially this particular build. The Maiden, I could use a blessing, especially with the ring I have. Ask to be blessed to normalize my damage input. Holy touch.
Many of these
Undead that
blessings
physically
are
strike the
too
player
good
may
for life.
receive damage themselves. Not the most important blessing ever, but I'll take it. Elders of our kind often say that we must retread paths we once took in order to gain an advantage of the present. Druids, that's one of the new ones.
Meet those who worship natural forces rather than the gods.
You are approached by a group of mysterious robed people. One of the robed figures addresses you. You look well accustomed to battle. Would you like to earn some coin? Details? We are druids wishing to perform certain rituals over the coming weeks. These activities must take place at specific times and places. We cannot risk any interruptions, such as from creatures or bandits. We will pay gold to one who protects us during these ceremonies. Accept. Alright, oh, we got the token, so it's not even for now, it's just going to show up later. I assume that because I accepted it, it's going to shuffle multiple new cards that are now locked to my deck, probably, like those goblins. And that'll just be something I have to deal with until it gets resolved. Like the rats, too. The first ceremony will be at the Sacred Stones, at exactly midday on the summer solstice. We shall see you there. I have foreseen it. Then why'd you ask questions in the first place? Apparently, it's just gonna happen. We got to the first floor that doesn't always happen anymore, so that's good.
Once,
no particular
many came to play
surprises.
the game. Now, it's so few.
Oh.
The bored, the obsessed, the weak. Some come here merely to fill their mind with anything else but their problems, with any other issue than the thing on their mind today. Is that what you're doing now?
Well. Well. Shit, I should have left. I thought, surely I'm not going to leave. That's an entire floor right there. Why would I leave? But I've realized what's going on here. Yeah, that's 3 cursed gamblers. I'd have to go through a cursed gambler to get to the Dead King's Hall, which probably isn't worth it. Well, gonna have to use the food now. Because I can't undo the fact that I declined the card. We have to move. And I might as well look at the Traveling Mage to see if there's any surprises, I suppose, but I have no real gold. So I'd have to sell something, and I don't really have anything to sell, I don't think, besides rings. If I really wanted to get rid of my rings. That got so bright. So the ring inside the crystal ball actually lights the surrounding area. This one specifically lights everything up, the Disciples Ring. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed unless I plan on selling anything. This gives me more eating health when yeah, there's no reason to replace my helm, so I should keep it there. Does he have anything cool? Bonus damage against Lizardmen. Damocles Ancient? Alchemical Silver. Right bumper to attack faster. Yeah, often what silver does. Plunderer's Cap. When you draw supplies, draw 2 instead and pick 1. That's not bad. I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. But it's expensive. I don't know if I can... I don't think I could reach it. I could sell... There's the fact that I don't particularly care about my current blessing. So if I wanted to take the 5% damage back that I would get as a result, I could sell the Disciples Ring? No. Where's the ring? Wait, where is it? What? I don't see it. What? Did I lose it somehow? I thought I had a ring that I could sell that would give me 50 gold per blessing, and I don't see it here. Did I misinterpret something? I guess I must have misinterpreted something. But, that I was willing to trade that 50 gold to go for, that Plunderer's Cap. If I sold the Lion Prince helm, it would take me to 28 gold, which is not enough. At that point, I could sell the Disciples Ring if I wanted to make up the difference, which might not be worth it, because that could, if I get enough blessings, that could be a really powerful item. Maybe I think I'll just move on. Wow. Wow. The cost of food goes all over the place, doesn't it? Now I'm feeling crazy, though. Did I imagine that? I thought it was the Disciples Ring. No? I mean, I've looked through them all already. Did I lose track of something? Did I imagine this? I thought that I saw... Wait. I think I might have read an item at a vendor and then internalized it as thinking I had it on my character. Maybe I think the first vendor might have had that ring.
It's better than trudging along a
I don't know. I clearly don't have it now, so I think I just flat out got mixed up for a moment.
As each card is unveiled, as each new concept is explored, that we learn something about ourselves, or something about you, at least.
Let's just accept the fact that I'm pretty sure I'm about to lose. Woe be upon you, blah blah blah. Alright, there we go. Figured I'd take the short path, because it's the same strategy I use in Darkest Dungeon. If I'm gonna have to backtrack, which is likely, I might as well go down the short path first. Although if the ladder turns out to be here, then I don't know if I'd want to go back and forth. Blah blah blah, take the metal ore. Oh, it is the stairs. Well, shit. So there's Charity, and Maze of Traps, and Blood Auction, and Food Wagon. All hiding behind one cursed gambler. But it would take a lot of food to go there. It would take me 1, 2, 3, 4 food just to get to the first shop. I have no gold. I would start losing a bunch of health just to try to get through all the, Yeah. That's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Food Wagon might be a good source of food, but I don't have money. I can't buy food at the shop. Cursed Gambler's gonna give me a curse probably. Maze of Traps will probably get at least one good hit on me, and I don't have that much health. Blood Auction, if I don't ignore it, will involve draining my health, which I don't have yet because I haven't done enough fights. I've done no fights basically so far, and we're on
hurry up.
The third floor basically. And then Food Wagon would probably finally have food for me, but I'd have to start starving on my way there. And then Charity probably wants food, which I don't have. Then I might have from the Food Wagon, but then I'm not gonna need the food to get back here without starving, and it's a mess. So the smart thing, I think, is to move forward and not mess with this floor. The bad thing is this is like the second floor in a row that I'm basically skipping, and so little has happened that my character has no equipment besides a bunch of rings. And that gets me in trouble.
More pleasing than the smell of salt water and the rush of wind, is there?
This might be the last floor already.
Summoning her children. This fight will be bloody.
Oh my god, this is the last floor. He just indicated that's the last floor, I think. I have nothing. I've been playing for like 15 minutes or something, and I have fought 2 enemies so far. I haven't increased my health pool. I have no special items. I'm using the basic sword. This is a bad situation. Pretty much the best solace I have so far is that in the past, skeletons have been one of the easier enemies to fight, so maybe she's not that tough. But, not a good spot to be in, though. Which one should I try? Who knows? It's a total gamble. A traveling healer. Yay, for all the stuff I don't have. I think half of my encounters have been vendors now for all the money I don't carry. Jesus. The dice rolls are getting fascinating today. Okay. Yeah, there's just nothing to do here. Let's hope I find something. I'll just start looping around, I guess. Oh, come on! I can't. I might as well look just for the sake of it. Maybe something else. Maybe I might see something I really want to desperately sell stuff for, but... Come on! This is my 4th vendor already! I think. Might be my 5th vendor. I might have lost count already. Undead Bane. No, I'm fighting rats, aren't I? Right, I'm still on the rat floor. I heard her I heard him talk about summoning allies, so I thought of the undead summoner, but that was the boss I took down last time, so that's not it. I don't think I need any of these things. They're just gonna get me in trouble. Do you sell food? No. No one's selling food for 3. Come on, stop giving me all these vendors in a row.
Only 3 food. You better hope to finish this quickly, or hunger will finish it for you. A combat even I have waited to see. Majestic.
Are you kidding me? I just took a... So I picked a character that relies on fighting a whole bunch of dudes to level up. And I did that because I thought it would work, because I've had a lot I fought a lot of dudes a lot of times on a bunch of different locations. In this case, I fought 2 guys once, and that's it. And then basically I had next to 0 encounters throughout the entire dungeon, and just made a straight line straight to the boss. Even on the floor where they could have been anywhere, it was the first place I went. Jesus. I don't think this will go well, but I don't know. Rats aren't that hard to fight, except for the part where they do the cloud of poison that is often invisible, as far as I can tell. So I'll just keep running away from corpses and hope it works out. Queen rats have great skill with their spears and are accompanied with a totem that spreads their toxic, damaging filth. The Ratman Queen can birth thousands of her foul kind, protecting them with her prodigious spear skills. Jesus, okay. She has a toxic totem. That's not a good sign, because the most dangerous thing about rats is that poison that I can't quite detect that destroys me. I guess we'll see. Queen rats have a special skill with their spears and are accompanied by a totem that spreads their toxic, damaging filth. Okay? Those are sure sounds. So how do I have to kill the totem? How do I kill a totem if it has dangerous toxin around it? Okay, I see the filth over there. So I got a little healing there. I'm just gonna try to stay away from that totem. Are you hitting me with stuff? Oh, right, there's a toxic cloud on the enemies. Get away from it. Woohoo! Yeah! Ah, crap. Fighting the queen itself is going to be interesting. She's just standing there. Oops. Kind of timed that wrong, I think. Yeah, just keep trying. Oh, you got me. The rapid fire attacks. Okay. Well, I still have 40 hit points. That's not bad. Just gotta avoid the cloud. Alright. Gotcha. You can try that again? Sure. Why not? In the face. I mean, why would I move? This seems to be working. I guess I don't need equipment then. Assuming this does hurt her after all. The question is whether or not I need to kill the totem itself. Because I don't really want to go into that poison area, but it does have nice big intervals between its attacks, so I guess I can deal with that. Are you gonna die eventually? Please? Alright. Well, at least... I was gonna say at least the game's keeping count of how many kills I've done. How many hits I've landed. Melee combo to hell! There we go. Alright. That was anticlimactic. All that build-up and failure and lack of events and
rat kind
weird
will not easily
linearity.
recover from this loss. 1 million half-orphaned rats will fall upon you like a tide of horror. Why do you still play? Why can't you walk away?
This was a bizarre playthrough just now. It's like a worst-case scenario of my character having no chance to grow and no chance to fight and no chance to get loot, and then no chance to explore even. And then I just found the boss and ended it, and we beat it. Okay. Sure. For the Druid Ritual, we get Summer Solstice. Reward for defeating the Ratman Queen. You receive Thunderstrike, Heavy Armor, Emperor's Jewel, King of Skulls, Shop, Fire in the Deep.
I have only begun to challenge you.
Interesting. Next time then.